Dominating your fantasy league? Prove it.
Shaping up to be a great game between these two teams. There's no telling what might happen.
Enhance the game with 3 easy steps. Predict, compete, and win. Start now and play your first $20 risk-free. Only on WINVIEW.
Like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, told him I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told them this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told them put a check up in my hands. Boy got time, no cap. Made a few checks, but they all in the raps. Had a few friends, but they suck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in the whip and we all in black. Shawty wanna ride till I hop in the back. 0 to 100, seen a rev on the dash. They ain't catching up, dog, I'm moving too fast. I'm in the big leagues. Told them don't miss me. Like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, told them I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told them this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told them put a check up in my hands. Boy got time, no cap. Made a few checks, but they all in the raps. Had a few friends, but they suck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in the whip and we all in black. Shawty wanna ride till I hop in the back. 0 to 100, seen a rev on the dash. They ain't catching up, dog, I'm moving too fast. I'm in the big leagues. Told them don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making hits, dog, like I'm in a big league.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. It is 8 p.m. and we got a great show lined up for you. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know Miami Dolphins. I got so much content to talk about. I can make 5 videos out of it, but I'm just going to give you everything I got, hopefully within an hour and a half or 2 hours. And go from there, y'all. So I hope you all enjoy, but before we get started, make sure that you hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Let your friends and family members know about the channel. We've hit a new mark. Over the last week, we've added another 150 subscribers to the channel. So welcome to all of our new subscribers. Welcome to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We hope you enjoy the content. We hope you have a great time and interact and have fun over here. This is a family. As we get to know you more and more, you become more and more a part of the family. So one rule that we have over here is to hit that like button. All right, make sure you punch that like button. Shout out to all the members, man, everybody who helps me on a monthly basis, keeping the channel up and going. I like to say the lights on, keeping the lights on. And shout out to our newest member, Pierre Luis, just joined the membership. Salute to you, homie. Thank you so much for investing in me and TDPHINSTALK in this community. We appreciate you so much, bro. Thank you. And to the mod squad, I still haven't deleted the mods yet. I told y'all I'm deleting all mods and then I'm going to be adding them all back. But I'm going to be doing all of that stuff like on one specific stream where I delete them on the stream and then I add them back on the stream. So we'll wait till we get like a stream where we got like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100 people in the room. And then I'll delete all the mods and then I'll go through and add mods. All right. Because we got some mods that are fraudulent. Some of the mods, it shows me the mods who block people. It also shows me the mods who show comments. And it's sad where whenever I see a derogatory comment and a mod allows it to be seen, whenever we have kids and things that enjoy the show as well. So mods have to do their jobs if They want to see us do well, man. Why you deleting all the mods? Vic517 said, because we got some frauds in the building, man. I got mod happy and some of them frauds. They're not helping the comment section be healthy. I would say that. All right. They're actually allowing some of the negative stuff to get through. And when I say negative, the derogatory comments, the disrespectful comments, they're unhiding them so people can see them and things of that nature. So we want to make sure that we keep tabs on that type of stuff. All right. Am I in trouble? Ronnie in. Did you do something wrong, Ronnie? Oh man. But anywho, man, love y'all, appreciate y'all, man. We got 240 people in here already, and we ain't even get started yet. That's great stuff, man. We're gonna have a great conversation. We're gonna talk about possibility versus probability today. We're gonna talk about the latest news in the coaching search. I got some inside news for y'all on that as well. Unfavorable stat we're gonna be talking about as well. We're going to talk about the quarterback position with all these elite quarterbacks or great or really good quarterbacks in the league. We're going to talk a little bit about draft capital and that stat that they love to throw out all the time to throw. The final numbers to end the season are in for all quarterbacks with time to throw, and it might shock you what we've discovered. All right. So we're going to get into those things. Hit that like button. Before we get started, I want to do a quick check-in. I want to know where you're from. Let me know in the comment section. Where are you from? Where are all my people from around the world? Put it in the comment section. Give me a city and state. Give me a country. Where are you from? Where are you right now? Let me not say where you're from. Where are you right now? Tuning in to TD Fans Talk. All right. First one on the board is Miami. Should be San Antonio, Charlotte, Rhode Island in the house. Hollywood, salute. Born and raised there. All right. Port-au-Prince. That's what's up. Rhode Island. Bethlehem, PA, New York City, Los Angeles, Tampa, Hickory, North Carolina, New Jersey, Port St. Lucie, Florida. That's what's up. Fort Pierce, Texas, New England in the house. Jensen Beach. Woo. Man, North Carolina, South Carolina, California, Brooklyn. Man, Nashville, Tennessee, Duval, Louisville in the building. I see you. What else? Hawaii, man, Palm Beach, Sacramento, Clearwater, Vietnam. Oh man, really? That's what's up. Texarkana, that's what I'm talking about. Right on the border. I drove through that one time. It was freezing. Earth. Oh, I like that one. TK. He from Earth. All right. Hey, come visit me sometime. Come visit me. Since you're from Earth, leave Earth and come visit me sometimes because I am out of this world. All right. Hollywood, my peeps, Vancouver in the house. All right, Haiti, that's what's up, man. Pierre, our newest member from Haiti. Mexico, TD, do you check your emails? Yeah, I do check my emails. Did you send me something? Pacific Ocean. Ugh. All right, swimming with the fishes. All right, Fort Wayne. All right, White City, Florida, St. Petersburg, Broward. All right. One of our mods, a new mod actually, Blackbeard Gaming in the house is one of our newest mod, Pro Bowl status. Salute to you and thank you, just like Pierre, for joining the family, showing love and support. We love you for that. Tennessee, all right, I see you. Tennessee in the house. Oh my God, see, I'm gonna stop reading them now. I got the most unfortunate one in here. Fort Worth, EM in here, y'all. EM in here. What's up, brother? I don't know why I love teasing the EM, man. Hey, salute the EM, man. That's the homie. Day one, man. Well, not day one, because, he used to be a hater. He used to be a TD Fans Talk hater. Just so let me get y'all a little backstory about EM. He used to be a TD Fans Talk hater. You know what? This is a perfect time to talk about it. And, I'm going to be short, though, because I want to get into this content. But let me tell y'all something. If y'all want to blame anybody for Tua Tagovailoa, if y'all want to blame anybody for Tua Tagovailoa, that's one of your number one culprits. EM. Y'all remember, don't forget that. If you've been on this channel longer than 2 years, don't forget that one of the number one reasons for Tua Tagovailoa is EM Dolphin fan. Now, at least I respect EM so much because the one thing I will tell you, he don't live in ignorance. That's the thing that I do love about my brother, man. He don't live in ignorance. If he sees something that's opposite of what he thought, he gets on the right side right away. He know what he see. He know it. But for some reason, we ain't got a community like that. People still holding on to hope. But that's neither here nor there. But we gonna call it how we see it. If you want to know why we in the position we in now, he is one of the bell cows. And it all started from Josh Rosen, two-throw Rosen. When he thought Rosen was gonna be our franchise quarterback and it ain't work out, so he hopped on Tua. At least that's what he always say about me. But whatever. Shout out to Carrie P. Also joining the membership. Man, what's this? This membership night? That's what's up, man. We getting all these members to the channel. Showing love, man. Y'all warm my heart when I see that because it just means y'all rock with me, man. The more and more members we get, y'all just rock with me, man. I appreciate that. Love y'all for that. Now, don't laugh now, EM. Don't laugh now. You weren't laughing that night we drafted Tua. You came in here drunk talking about, I told y'all he was going to be the quarterback. I told y'all. Now look at us. Tony Two-Throat. Nah, this is my time to shine on you, bro. This is my time to shine on you. If y'all been here long enough, y'all know EM Dolphin fan. As soon as we drafted Tua, came in here drunk cussing. I told y'all Tua was the guy, was going to be the guy, and is the guy. Hey, EM, I got a special video for you right now, bro. This is just for you, EM. I got one just for you, brother. I got one just for you. And this is what EM did to us, y'all.
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
That's mine.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
That's mine.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
Show how valuable he could be. Tua throwing this sideline and is picked to the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Eckel.
EM, this is your man, EM. This is EM said, I'm going to stick beside him. Oh my gosh. Oh, shout out to the homie Engraven in the building. Salute to the homie, man. Engraven in here. He said Patty. Oh, EM, this is your man. You gonna stick beside him. EM, we still waiting on you to have that. We need you to have that episode on TDPHINSTALK where you tell everybody what you told me about the dream you had about Tua Tagovailoa. I can't wait to hear you share that with the world. I don't think you're going to ever share it, but I got to keep teasing you and just keep on teasing the people that one day EM is going to share with us the dream he had about Tua Tagovailoa. This is your man. Oh, my God. I'm going to stick with him. Oh my gosh, I am just too much, man. I should just end the stream right here. We done already had a great stream, y'all. We done already had a great stream. All right, man. We gonna get to the content. Let's get to the content. But before we do, I got one commercial. To show y'all so we can pay the bills. All right. It's only about 30 seconds, and then we're gonna start the content in all seriousness. Here we go.
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
That's mine.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
That's mine.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
Show how valuable he could be. Tua throwing this sideline and is picked to the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Eckel.
Oh Oh my God. Listen, man. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all, boy, I've been laughing for the last 30 minutes so hard, man. One of my homies, man, on Instagram. Shout out to the homie Tori sent this to me, man. This was made by Tori Day. Go follow the homie on Instagram, man. When he sent this to me, I said I finally got some amazing just video. So when I'm up here arguing with a two-a-near, I'ma stick with him. I'm gonna stick by his side. Oh my gosh, that had me rolling, man. All right, man. I'm glad we can get the laughs out the way. It's time to get to some real serious content. What we all here for, man. Some great content. Talk about Miami Dolphins football. What we're gonna do moving forward with this team. First and foremost, before we get started, we have to have a conversation. The main topic that we're going to talk about, and the other things are subjects, but we're going to be talking about possibility versus probability. Why are we talking about possibility versus probability? Because everybody may not know the difference between the two. And what I've noticed in Dolphins community is that we got half the fan base operating off of possibility and another half of the fan base operating off of probability. Okay. I will say this before we get started. The goal is to show people why it is important for you to operate in probability and not possibility. Okay. What is a possibility, ladies and gentlemen? What is a possibility? Something that could happen. Something that could happen. And I have to be honest with y'all. Anything could happen. We could win a Super Bowl with Tua Tagovailoa. We could win a Super Bowl with TD behind center. It's possible. It's very possible. It's a chance. You got a chance. So I want you to put in the comment section, which one are you? Are you a type of person who goes more on possibility or the type of person that goes on probability? And before you answer that, probability is the likelihood of actually doing it. Okay? The likelihood. Okay? So which one are you? Which one do you represent in your life in general? Even if it ain't football. Possibility or probability? Let me know in the comment section. Possibility, probability. I can't lie, I'm both. Okay. Probability. Isn't that the same? I'm glad you asked that, Q, because it is definitely not the same. I am so glad you asked that because I've had conversations with a few people in the last couple of days, and a lot of people think it's the same. Probability, possibility. Both. Okay. All right. I hear today the Miami Dolphins are interviewing Tiger Woods for the head coaching job. Well, we in trouble. All right. So let me do this. I want to help some of you all out who are saying possibility and that they are the same. Okay. Let me help you out. Why don't you take everything in your savings account? Take everything in your checking account. Take everything in your 401k, whatever stocks you have. Take all of your money, your liquidate it. Any assets you have at your house, why don't you just sell them all? Just take them all, right? Take everything you have, sell it for cash. I don't know what that is. That could be $1 million. I don't know. It could be $5. Take all your money and go buy lotto tickets for the Mega Million that's coming up to 400 million right now. Sell your house and go buy tickets and use the money to go buy tickets for the $400 million Mega Million. Will you do that? Yes or no in the comment section. Will you do that? And this is actually a serious conversation. And so all the trolls, let's try to have a productive, serious conversation. Will you do that? Yes or no in the comment section. So as I assumed I was going to get all no's, which I'm getting, right? Why not? It's possible you'll hit the lottery. Why won't you sell everything? It's possible. It's possible. It's possible that it'll work. Man, I ain't even get a troll to say, yeah, I would. I haven't even got a troll to say, yeah, yet. But it's possible. Do you know why you wouldn't do it? Do you know why you wouldn't do it? Do you know why you wouldn't do it? It's not just the fact that it's a gamble. You won't do it because it's unlikely that you will win. It's unlikely. So all these people that say they live out of possibility, the truth is you actually live out of probability. When you said no, you only said no because your mind thought in probability, not possibility. And what I've learned in my studies and in my studies pre-graduate for my psychology minor, what I've learned is when you're thinking with your feelings, you go with possibility. When you're thinking in logic, you go probability. Another thing, when you're thinking about something that doesn't affect you in your day-to-day personal life, it's easier to think in possibility. But if it affects you directly in your life, your human nature is going to think in probability. And that's what we're doing as Dolphin fans. As Chaz gives a donation, says something can be possible, but not probable. Everything is possible. And probability isn't a yes or no and can be or can't be. Probability is actually a range. Let's stop making probability, but not probability. If you say not probability, there's no such thing as a not probability. Probability is always applicable. Remember that. Probability is always applicable. So you can't use words like not probable. You said something can be possible but not probable. Everything has a probability. Okay? Just FYI. But this is what we're doing as a Dolphins community. The truth is, and I'm going to take a hard line on this, and let's be honest and fair. The truth is, what I've come to believe, and I'm going to say believe, even though numbers and statistics and logic tells me that I can be definitive on it, but to protect people's feelings, I'm going to use the term believe just so I don't get beat up. What I've come to believe is that anybody who wants to move forward with Tua Tagovailoa as their starting quarterback is thinking only in possibility and not probability. It is purely emotion-driven, no data, empirical facts, or anything that can substantiate logic of likelihood whatsoever. So when you say I believe in the kid, that's fair. But remember, you're believing in the possibility. But I want us to think tonight in terms of probability. I want us to think tonight in terms of probability. Okay? And we'll convert it into a percentage instead of likely, not likely, more likely, unlikely. We're going to go on a percentage. How likely is it from a percentage standpoint, and no negatives allowed, okay? Because I don't need y'all hating. But how likely is it, no matter what team we put around Tua, how likely is it we get a good run game, we get an O-line, how likely is it that Tua Tagovailoa outplays Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes in a playoff game? Let me know in the comment section. What's your probability? 100%? Yeah, he will. Or y'all let me know. You see all those low probabilities? I ain't even got a troll going over 50%. Oh, I got 180%. There you go. You see all of those? But you can't put a percent on possibility. You can't put a percentage on possibility. But you can put a percentage or a likelihood on probability. So if the probability is this low, even if we tighten up things around him, then what are we doing? Just like the anonymous player said recently, if their goal is to build around Tua, then what are we doing? You're wasting my career. Everyone knows this. I think it was Dan Orlowski today, if I said his name right. He was interested in the words he said. He said, man, when you watch that game, what you realize is if you ain't got a quarterback that can compete with those two, then what are you doing? It doesn't even matter. If you don't have a quarterback that can compete with at least those two, then what are you doing? It doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Possibility versus probability. It's all about time, ladies and gentlemen. We have to understand that we need to take the highest probability situation that we can obtain to just have a chance. Nothing's guaranteed regardless. But just to have a chance, you should be operating out of the highest probability you possibly can operate out of. Every position, every coach, every staff member, who gives me the highest probability of success? That's all that matters. But that's where that ugly word comes in, and I'm going to call it ugly for this sake because it could be very bad for you. And it sucks. It's supposed to be meant for joy, love, and excitement. The word fandom. Fandom. Fandom is actually, fandom has turned from love, joy, and excitement to detriment. The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to check us as people, as human beings, including myself. We done got the whole game messed up. I'll put it in those terms. We done got everything twisted. We are not using the term fandom in the sense it should be used for. We are misusing that word, and we are acting on it improperly. Here's proof. Go on my Twitter line. You'll see certain fans beating me up saying, if you're a real fan, you just shut up and enjoy the team no matter what they do. Why don't you join another team? No, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give you the fan rules. Fans are supposed to support the team in any and every way they can that represents a level of winning, perfection, the pursuit of it. Fans are supposed to support competence. Because the one thing nobody talks about in fandom, fans also have a right to rebel if they are not getting what they deserve. Do you understand who pays to keep the NFL churning? Fans. Do you know who pays all the players' salaries? Fans, through TV deals. Do you know who pays the coaches, the general manager, and makes the owners wealthier with the valuation of their asset? Fans. But y'all the same people. Y'all the same people that'll go to Chick-fil-A, get a spicy chicken sandwich, and ask for Polynesian sauce, and as soon as they don't put it in there, you whip the corner. Where my Polynesian? Y'all usually on point. Get it together. Same people that was pulling up in Popeyes during the chicken sandwich craze. Hey, where my spicy sauce? Take that back. Same people that'll hand something back through a drive-thru or something like that, talk about this cold, or can you give me fresh fries? The same people that when you spend your hard-earned money in normal life, you'll go out there and hold whoever sells it to you accountable for what you thought you paid for. But we get to football and our feelings just take over. And you know what I call it? I call it the mama syndrome. I call it the mama syndrome. And I don't say that as a joke. It's a real analogy. Most people, the only person that can't do no wrong in your life, especially if you're a male, which this sport is dominated by, is your mama. Mama do something wrong, won't even mention it. Mama hand you a cold plate of food, you eat it right up. Mama do this, mama do that, it's all good. When did the team you love become your mama? And will make every excuse in life just not to hold them accountable. Anything. Will do whatever you can in life to not hold them accountable. Will make an excuse for them. And then as years go by and by and by and by, you sit here and you continue to ask yourself, why is nothing changing? And I've said this privately to so many people lately. I don't blame Stephen Ross. I don't blame Chris Greer. I don't blame these players. It all comes back to us. If a fan base ain't demanding greatness, then why should they be held accountable for giving it to you? Why should your front office act on probability when you allow them to continue to act on possibility? It's the chance is slim to none for Deion Jordan to be great in this league. Yeah, but it's possible. Insert Deion Jordan. The chance is slim to none for Pat White to become your franchise quarterback. Yeah, but it's possible. Insert Pat White. We're not asking them to take $10 billion and do something crazy. We just asking them to operate out of probability instead of possibility. But why will they if we keep supporting possibilities? We want everything to work out. We want our trash of all trash to become gold. We want every player on this team right now to just be number one in the NFL at their position. It's possible. We got to start blaming ourselves. Are we going to pick it? No, we're not, but some franchises do. Are we going to stop watching games? No, we're not. Are we going to boycott merchandise? No, we're not. The TD, how can we hold them accountable? Your behavior. In the media, social media, every time you talk about this team, operate out of probability and not possibility. And the whole narrative will change. The whole narrative will change. One moment, y'all. Hey, babe. Hey, what's going on? Okay, I got you. It's that simple. The whole narrative will change. I can't believe I'm hearing stuff out here. Why don't we just bring in Jimmy G if they get rid of him? Or why don't you just try to go get the best that you could possibly get? For once in your life, Dolphin fans, ask for the best and accept nothing less. Like think about it. What sickness has to be going through our head for us to not be all on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere else? What is going through our head where we feel like it's a problem to say, Chris Grier, you better go get the best tackle in the NFL. Chris Grier, you better go get the best available quarterback this offseason. Chris Grier, you better go get the best middle linebacker this offseason. I want you to try to go get the best of the best. With this defense, I want you to try to go for it all right now. Can y'all help me understand why that is the least talked about narrative in this community? Imagine if the Rams did that last year. Imagine if the Rams fan base felt that way last year. Imagine that. Imagine that. How did we ever get into a place where we start settling for mediocrity? How did that happen? And we argue amongst ourselves about mediocrity. Some of us aren't even arguing Tua versus Watson. Some of us out here are arguing Tua versus the middle of the pack. Just another guy to come in to not be able to keep up with Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. How have we gotten to this point? Marino's GOAT with the donation said more probable to be struck by lightning twice in a lifetime than hit the lottery. Kind of a far-fetched example. Well, I guess you're making my example even more. Regardless, it was to illustrate probability, bro. You're making it even more probability, just illustrating probability. So it ain't a far-fetched example. Any example of probability would have been good enough for my example. But I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Over here, from this point on, we're going to operate out of probability. So that we can increase the possibility. Hear me? Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. We are going to start operating out of probability so that we can increase the possibility. Okay? Operate out of probability so that you can increase the possibility. What is your ultimate goal at the end of the day? Put it in the comment section. Is your goal to make the playoffs? Is your goal to go to an AFC championship game? Or is your goal to win a Super Bowl? You can only pick one. Which one is it? Which one is it, ladies and gentlemen? Because the truth is, I realize as well when I talk to people, man, he could take us to the playoffs. This person could take us to the playoffs. We could get to the playoffs with him. And I automatically understand why their argument is just so far behind. This person could take us to the playoffs. Dak Prescott just took his team to the playoffs, and he continues to for many years. Where does that get him? Tannehill, since being a Tennessee Titan, has taken his to the playoffs every time. Where did that get him? Where does it get him? What does it get him? Russell Wilson's a good quarterback, but when he had everything around him, he won. But without everything around him, what does he get? Kyler Murray, what does he get? What do they get? And y'all think I be trolling when I say Josh Allen trash. I know the man ain't trash. But there is something that's happening in Buffalo that I know as to why he'll never win a Super Bowl. And even them, they're not even doing it right. They're not even doing it right. What are we doing it for? I just want to get past this quarterback situation and get one of those dudes so we could talk about the necessary things, the way to build this team to actually win it all. But the problem of it all is, I confess, I officially realize if you ain't got one of those dudes, forget about it. If you ain't got one of those dudes, forget about it. You have to have somebody at a minimum on Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, and borderline Derek Carr level at a minimum. The sad thing about that, though, is I just named 11 quarterbacks. That's why people be like, oh, well, if he could, be top 15, I'm sorry, you got to be top 11 in today's NFL. And I ain't talking about no quarterback rating. Jeez. Tua will slide up in QB rankings, but that's because Rodgers and Brady are going to retire. Yeah, we say that until we say that until another one of these group of kids start up and coming and balling out. There are some kids in this NFL that people feel like have a better upside than Tua Tagovailoa at this point. You forget about Trevor Lawrence. You forget about Trey Lance, who nobody's seeing. We don't even know what the end result is going to be on your boy in Green Bay sitting down Jordan Love. We don't even know Jalen Hurts. I mean, there's so many of them that, I mean, we ain't say Justin Fields. I mean, David Fields. Some even believe that Heineke might have a future. I mean, come on, y'all. And I don't believe in any of them unless they show it, but Tua's in that field. You out there gambling, you don't know which 2 out of all 10 of them end up being, oh man, they turned the corner. You don't know which 2 out of all 10 of them will. Now, that's when we get in our feelings. Tua, I believe he, possibility versus probability. The probability is none of them. They'll just have spurts and hits and wonders, blah, 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 blah. It don't matter. Nobody on that list right now, anybody believes can keep up with the 11 quarterbacks that I just named. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not want to put Lamar Jackson on this list, but he does something superior than anybody else, and that's using his legs. He still can get 3,000 yards, but rush for 1,000. That's just like a 5,000-yard passer in so many ways, a 4,000-yard passer. See, Q said it's probable, TD. You're just biased. It's not probable because you have to factor in how many came before him and how many will be after him and add them all in the numbers. Do you really want to go there with me? Do you really want to pull up all the quarterbacks for the last 10 years that are in the NFL or last 15 years? Do you really want to pull it up? Do you really want to see how many guys did not make it? We forget about all those guys. I could pull up the Dolphins alone in the look. That's what's funny about it. I can pull up Dolphin quarterbacks alone in the last 20 years. In the last 20 years, and automatically drop the overall number by 50% of all quarterbacks. We've had 23 quarterbacks that aren't franchise quarterbacks. 23. How many franchise quarterbacks in the NFL right now? You see what I'm saying? See, y'all forget about all the people who didn't make it. You forget about all the people who are still playing, but you know they ain't a franchise quarterback. Why do we do that? It makes no sense. Do you realize how many quarterbacks fail in this league? We forget about all the freaking Josh Rosens because all we do is pay attention to the Miami Dolphins. Every team got 3 backups that was once revered as a possible starter almost. A lot of them. Jameis Winston. Freaking, don't forget about all the Tyrods. Don't forget all about, I mean, come on. I mean, there's so many though, but we don't think about them. We just think about what we see in front of us now and think that that's one of the 32. No, you're not paying attention to how many quarterbacks have failed. And then we always blown away by the 1 or 2 years where they shocked us and then they came right back down to earth. When start getting figured out. We don't think about the Jacoby Brissett's, the Marcus Mariotas, the Dwayne Haskins, the RG3s of the world. Come on. Thank y'all. Keep naming them. The Matt Moores. I want some of the recent ones. Come on, man. Colt McCoy, Geno Smith, Johnny Manziel's, Baker Mayfield, all adding that. The Nick Foles, Aaron McCarron. I mean, all of them. Cleo Lemons, Chris Sims. Yeah, him too. Kirk Cousins, that's borderline, but at least he borderline. Sam Darnold, thank you. Tim Tebow, thank you. Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, y'all keep naming them. There's so many. Golf, Jay Cutler. Come on, man. Alex Smith, Kaepernick. I mean, it's so many. Blake Bortles, thank y'all. Yeah, we already got Josh Rowland. We already know Tua, whatever. Gardner Minshew. We're going to make this a game. Mark Sanchez. Even, let me go a step further. A good quarterback, but it just ain't good enough. Tony Romo. You see, even the ones that put numbers up, it was all for nothing. Chad Pennington, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Mitchell Trubisky, Wentz. Come on, man. And y'all don't realize we are missing so many right now. EJ Manuel, Rex Grossman, Ryan Leaf, Ponder. Prescott, maybe. We don't know. We'll see. Come on, man. Nah, well, I'm going to leave Dak alone. He in the good for now. Andy Dalton, great one. That's a great one. Man, that's a great one. I like that you put that one there. Phillip Rivers never could get it done, huh? Moon. Jamarcus Russell. Thank you. Trent Green. Jake Fromm. JP Losman. Culpepper. Yeah, man, y'all are hitting it. Tommy Maddox. Carson Palmer. Nah, you missed me on that Andrew Luck. He was that dude. Vince Young. Good one. Whoever said that. Nah, don't put Andrew Luck in there. Andrew Luck was that dude. You missed me with that. That's the injuries for him. Donovan McNabb. I mean, we got some. We got a lot of guys who also put up numbers and stuff like that. Chad Henne. All of these guys, man. Matt Ryan never could get a Super Bowl, but I'm going to leave him out of that. But y'all get my point, man. We'll sit here and talk about this generation's group of, I named 8 guys with Heineke and Tua and Lance, and I named 8 guys. And what we don't realize is when it's all said and done 6 years from now, all 8 of them, there's a possibility they won't be a starter. There is matter of fact, the probability, there's probably it's a higher probability that more of them will be backups than not. A high probability of that. Man, so all I'm saying, man, we got to operate out of probability versus possibility. We got to stop this possibility stuff. We have to stop this possibility stuff. Anton Aro said Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson won the Super Bowl and they are nowhere near elite. Well, you know, I got another one for you that's very unpopular. Steve Ross said problem with a Tua is I'm gonna give you the example. So Tua is you have to build around him perfectly so the margin of error is small. With the QB with high physical traits, your margin for error is much greater. Thank you. So let me help people understand this notion of put things around Tua, he'll be better. I want y'all to go to class with me. Tyler Thickpen, thank you for putting that. Go to class with me for a second, okay? Shout out to the 530 people we got watching. Please hit that like button. Let's get to 300 likes, y'all. I want y'all to go to class with me real quick because I'm going to teach a lesson real quick, okay? This is just a basic lesson, okay? Putting everything around a quarterback does not make the quarterback better. It makes the team better and the situation better. So let me give you an example of that, okay? Let me help y'all out. There is a correlation, in other words. Let's just hypothetically say that Tua Tagovailoa throws the ball 40 times a game, right? Let me help y'all out. I want y'all to follow me. Tua throws the ball 40 times a game, all right? Now, out of those 40 plays, he gets 20 screw-ups. Let's just say that he gets 20 screw-ups. We know that to not be the case because he has a high completion percentage. But let's just say the O-line holds, the O-line gives up a sack, the receiver drops the ball. Whatever could go wrong. Whatever could go wrong. They screw up half of his plays, 20 of them, right? They automatically wipe out 20 plays. That gives Tua 20 other plays where the situation is right for him, right? So in any game, he get 40 tries. The team around him screws up 20 times, and Tua really only got 20 real shots, right? So let's say Tua is pretty much about 60% on those 20. And I'm not talking about completion percentage. I'm talking about his execution in general, okay? He's 60% on those 20. Let's go a step further. Screw that. I have to hold numbers. He's 60% on 20. So what that means is he getting about 12 out of 20 where he's executing greatly, right? But I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to make this man, I'm gonna make this man 80 out of 20. I'm gonna make him 80 out of those 80% of those 20 plays. He's money on, right? That makes him 16 out of 20. Okay, that makes him 80%. He's 16 out of 20. Okay, the 4 plays that didn't work. He may have overthrew a ball. He may have underthrew a ball. He may have thrown an interception and maybe whatever, right? Whatever mistakes he made, he only made 4 out of 20 mistakes. Let's say that, right? Because the team around him is trash. Okay? Now, you give him a great line and a great team, right? And he still throws the ball 40 times. And now instead of 20 mistakes from the people around him, there's only 10 mistakes around him because he got a better unit. Less holding calls, less drop passes, less all of that, right? What I need y'all to understand is now he has 30. Now he has 30. He gets 30 clean opportunities as a quarterback, right? So he's an 80% guy. I'm just using these numbers, okay? Which means he's 24 out of 30. Do y'all realize 16 out of 20 is the same as 24 out of 30? You still have the same quarterback. You just got better numbers. I want y'all to follow me on this because there's other stuff I want to bring to your understanding. You still have the same quarterback. You just get more numbers because what's around him ain't screwing up as much, okay? Here's the difference, what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. And I used a very high number for Tua just to do it. So if Tua going to be an 80% guy, let's use Mahomes or anybody else as a 90% guy. That's the difference in the NFL. Putting everything around the player ain't making the player better. It's just increasing the numbers. It's no difference from if Tua got 2 drives and give you 50 yards. If he had 4, he should give you 100. It's still the same player. He ain't better because he had more drives. He just had more opportunity. The exact same player. So getting stuff around Tua doesn't make him better. It just increases his stats. That's why when you have people like Jimmy G, right? This is why when you have a player like Jimmy G who misses throws, overthrows, look at the Super Bowl where he overthrows the ball and stuff like that, right? Just because you load a team around him, he's going to get more chances to get it right, but he's still going to do it at the same percentage. He's still the same player. So it looks better, but he's not better. That's what y'all need to understand. It looks better, but he's not better. And people don't understand that basic logic when it comes to numbers and how it makes a difference, especially when you're in the playoffs. It makes a difference when you're in the playoffs. This is why I've been using the example for you all lately. All you're doing, and thank you for whoever put that in the comment section outside the cube. All you're doing is masking his inefficiencies by making him look comparable from a statistical standpoint, but still the same production. Percentages and raw numbers can tell 2 different stories. LeSean Brown said, TD lost me. I'm sorry. Okay, let me explain it one more way because I guess this can be difficult for some people. This can be because this is actually math. This is straight up math. Okay? This is math, okay? So let me get in, let me put it like this. Let me see if I can phrase it another way. Let me see if I can phrase. Nah, that's gonna be too difficult for you. Nah, Q. Some things are just difficult, And maybe you don't want to exercise your brain to get in that realm and try to figure it out. So you just run from it and say, oh, it was just, you see, that's that stuff, Q. Talk about if it's not difficult, it's nonsense. I don't even know what you talk about. But anyway, TD, put it in apples and oranges, LOL, like first grade. I'm trying to, because this is statistics. This is just these are numbers, and a lot of people aren't great at math. I realize. Not saying that with y'all, but I'm just saying I know that statistically a lot of people actually are not great with math. Okay. Let me put it this way. Okay. You're playing a game. Okay. I want you to put it for yourself. Okay. You are playing a game. All right. You're playing a game where you get 5 times to throw the football. Forget any other quarterback, just you. You get 5 chances to throw a football. Okay. And if you throw it 10 yards, you get 10 points. You throw it 20 yards, you get 20 points. You throw it 30 yards, you get 30 points. You throw it 40 yards, you get 40 points. You throw it 50 yards, you get 50 points, right? You can't throw it 50 yards. You can't throw it 40 yards. But you can throw it 10, 20, and 30. So you do 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, like anybody would do. You just got 150 yards. You just got 150 yards, okay? You just got 150 yards, and you playing this game. I hope my opponent can't throw it that good, whatever. But even though Mahomes can throw it 50, so he going to get 250 yards or whatever for his score. You got 150 yards for your score. Now, instead of throwing it 5 times, if you got to throw it 10 times and you did 30 10 times, you get 300 yards worth of points now, right? You just doubled your points. But are you any better? And I'm gonna finish it off after you answer that question. You threw it 5 times, and all you could, your furthest is really 30. So you did that 3 times, and you got 150. Bam. But if you were given an opportunity to throw it 10 times, you can get 300 yards. But are you any better than the 5 attempts? No, you're not any better. You just got more opportunities. That's what putting everything around a player does, okay? That's what putting everything around a player does. It gives you more opportunities. It gives you more chances. So if you throw the ball 40 times and they screw up 20, but if you put everything around them, you throw the ball 40 times and they screw up none, you're going to have better results, but you're still the same player. Nothing improved by you. The team just gave you more chances to do that same trash play. It's that simple. The team just gave you more opportunities to play like trash. Do you one better? If Tua throws the ball 10 yards in the first quarter, 10 yards in the second quarter, 10 yards in the third quarter, 10 yards in the fourth quarter, he got 40 yards on the day, trash. But if the defense hold the other team and keep y'all and let y'all go to overtime, oh, he got 50 today. He ain't no better. They just gave him another opportunity to add stats. And if that don't make sense to you, you ain't trying to learn. Putting everything around the quarterback doesn't make the quarterback better. It just gives the team a better chance to win because you get to get at least a little more of that trash. Because it's still putting up at least something. Or it could go either way. Say you're Pat White or you're a real bum quarterback, like the worst of the worst. Putting everything around you just gives you more opportunities to mess up. So either way it goes. That's what happens with Tua Tagovailoa. It ain't going to make him better. It makes the team better, but you still need a better quarterback. You still need a better quarterback. Well, let's add a run game. It don't matter. He's still going to throw the ball like this when you do put it in his hands. He is who he is. And that's what we'll deal with if we build around Tua Tagovailoa. All I'm saying to y'all is this. The probability of building around Tua and winning a Super Bowl is very low. But if you find that elite quarterback or great or really good quarterback, the probability of building around him is higher. I don't know how much higher, depending on who it is, but it's higher. That's why the important thing for this team is to secure that position first and foremost before anything. Secure that position. And then start to say, what can we complement that position with? Not build the team, because we've already done that, but not do the finishing touches, because it's a thing of art. You could build a foundation for a team, but you got to put that. It's like when you building a team from 0 to 100. By the time you get around 70% built, you need to put that quarterback in so you could complement the other pieces to get to 100. Not build up 95 and think you just dropped the quarterback. And I also don't even believe in getting the quarterback and then just building necessarily. But the way that we're constructed right now, we have a core for this team. And thank God is on the opposite side of the ball in the defense. We need to secure a franchise elite quarterback, or we're going to be sitting here trying to figure this puzzle out when we don't. It's like having a 1,000-piece puzzle and you missing one piece, but you going through the process. You don't know. Imagine that. How would you feel if I shipped you a 1,000-piece puzzle and said, if you complete this, I'm going to give you $1 million, but I made sure one piece wasn't there? That's what it's going to be like. That's what it's going to be like. That's exactly what it's going to be like. Now, let me say this. This team is not just a quarterback away from being Super Bowl contenders. But that's where you have to start in today's NFL. Because like even Dan Orlovsky said it today, and I was just like, thank you for saying that. If you ain't got somebody that compete with those guys, it don't even matter how you construct your team. It really does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't. It doesn't. If you ain't got one of those guys that can compete with them, it does not matter. It really doesn't. And the Miami Dolphins never have anybody that can compete. I found this out today and it kind of hurt my feelings. The Dolphins have gone the longest in the NFL without a Pro Bowl quarterback. Let that sink in. The Miami Dolphins have gone the longest in the NFL without a Pro Bowl quarterback. Agrees to disagree TV said TD, with all the AFC quarterbacks that are up and coming, if we had Watson, does he put us up there with Allen, Mahomes, and Burrow? Absolutely. Tua not scoring in 13. Absolutely, he puts us up there. The man already beat Josh Allen in a playoff game, and they both for their young career. Of course he puts us up there. Of course he does. And of course, you got to put some things around them, but at the same token, you still got a shot. We out here looking for everything to compensate for our lack of quarterback comparison with everybody else, instead of just getting somebody that compares. That's what we're doing, y'all. We are out here trying to talk about what we need to do to, like, I'm hearing these terms. Well, our defense is better than Buffalo's and Kansas City's last night. That's what I'm hearing. Y'all want to get a better defense instead of just meeting them face to face and saying we got a guy just as good plus a better defense. That's what y'all want to compensate versus just overtake. That's my mindset. Forget the compensation. Well, our quarterback ain't as good as theirs, but our defense is better. Forget the compensation. I want to dominate. I want to take it over. I want to have one just as good as yours and the better defense. Stop selling yourself short. We got to stop that. Mike said, TD, Raiders and Seahawks talking about swapping QBs. You think we'll even try to snag one of them? That ain't going to help neither team. It ain't going to help neither team. What Russell Wilson going to do for them? And what Derek Carr going to do for them? That ain't going to help neither team. Because their issue ain't so much of the quarterback. You know what team's the issue is the quarterback. And look at them. Another team swapping quarterbacks that ain't the issue while everybody else arguing over quarterbacks that are the issues. Trying to keep them. It's just this whole NFL is backwards. And that's why you see the same culprits up there every year. Josh Allen look like he going up there every year. Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl or AFC Championship every year. Aaron Rodgers, talk of the town every year. Brady in it every year. You hear these common names every year as of late. Common names. Think that's just by coincidence? It's not. It's not by coincidence. Another thing, let me pull this up. Let me pull up something else for y'all real quick. Ooh, I just wasted. Where is it at? Bear with me, give me one moment. Damn, I just had it up before I went live and I lost it. Yeah, okay, I think I might have found it. Okay. All right. Do y'all know that the official time to throw the ball came out? Do y'all know the official time to throw the ball came out? What were they saying all year? Tua only has 2 point what? Well, y'all remember what they've been saying all year? How many seconds? 2 point what? Tua only has the official 2021 time to throw the ball basically came out. Y'all remember what those numbers are? I think everybody was saying 2.1, 2.2. Any given week, it changed, right? All right, let's look at it. Let's talk about where did Tua end the season? Where did Tua end the season? Tua Tagovailoa ended the season with a time to throw the ball at 2.2. Okay? 2.2. That was his time to throw the ball. That's what he ended the season. Now, I have to show y'all this. Do y'all know who led the NFL with time to throw the ball this year? And I'm only going off of people who played at least 10 games or more. I'm not going with these people who played 2 games, 6 games, or 3 games, only 10 games or more. You know who led the NFL with time to throw the ball? He played 15 games and he led the NFL with 2.6. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. And this is the average time in seconds between snap and throwing the ball or pressure. Or pressure. Either one. Jalen Hurts led the NFL with the most time to throw the ball at 2.6. Okay? Now, 2.6, Tyler Heineke. 2.6, well, I can't count him. He only played 7 games. Jameis, famous man. Let me see. Hold on. Not him. Give me a second. All right. Next up, 2.5 seconds. Let's go down the line of everybody with 2.5 seconds. Derek Carr, Lamar Jackson, Carson Wentz, Teddy Bridgewater, Daniel Jones. Let's keep going. Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Tyson Hill, Trevor Siemian. And I'm reading some people that only played like 1 game or something. I was just going down the list of all the 2.5s. So some of them ain't even eligible. I'm just reading them, even if they got 1 or 2 snaps in the season. Whatever. Mike McGlennon, Trey Lance. We talk about Gardner Minshew. Let me see. Oh, these people ain't play. Let me see. Let me go down. Let me see anybody with the games. All right. So now it drops to 2.4. Here's the people with 2.4 seconds to throw the ball. Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray, Kirk Cousins, Mac Jones, Jimmy G, Russell Wilson. Who else? Matt Ryan, Trevor Lawrence, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Jacoby Brissett, Mike White, Josh Johnson, Sean Minier, Tom Brady. Nope, Tom Brady's not in there. Tom Brady starts to 2.3. All of those guys had 2.4 seconds to throw the ball. And that was your big bulk of your main quarterbacks in the NFL. A lot of the good ones too. They had 2.4 seconds to throw the ball. Now, 2.3 seconds. Let's talk about all those guys. Hold on. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Ryan Tannehill, Davis Mills, Tyrod Taylor, Tyler Huntley, Andy Dalton, Tim Boyle, I guess. Give me a second. Yeah, Tim Boyle, Cooper Rush, Case Keenum, Jordan Love in 1 game. Jordan Love played a game. Yeah, he played 1. Mariota in his few snaps. Let's see here. Nope, Ben Roethlisberger is 2.2. Ben Roethlisberger is right there with Tua and Cam Newton at 2.2. And there's some other guys that's low down there too. But we out here complaining about a 2.2 to 2.3 or 2.4 second difference. Is that what we really been doing all this time? Comparing 2.2 versus 2.3, 2.2 versus 2.4, 2.2 versus 2.5. Okay, I'll give you the 2.6 that Jalen Hurts and them got. Okay, man, that's a difference, you know? Ain't even a half a second, but it's a difference. Is that what we really around here crying about with O-lines? Is that what we talk? Is that what the argument has been? I'm just trying to figure it out. We talk about minuscule difference. Makes no sense to me. This is what people use to talk about. He ain't got no online. He ain't got no time to throw the ball. X, Y, and Z. Whatever. And I've been telling y'all all season, and y'all tell me, have I not? Our O-line ain't the only trash O-line. I watch O-line, trash O-lines every single week because I watch a lot of other teams in their games. And I'll be like, man, they be talking about our O-line. Did you not watch the playoffs this weekend? Did you not watch the playoffs this weekend? Did you see Joe Burrow line? Did you see Tom Brady line? Did you see Aaron Rodgers line? And people arguing with me on Twitter last night. Talk about, look at all the time Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes got to throw the ball. Were they not running for their life and improvising and extending plays all night because the pressure was coming? The whole game was full of improv. The whole game was Josh Allen rolling out of the pocket trying to throw. The whole game was Patrick Mahomes rolling right, coming back left, stepping up. The whole game. Did you not see that? The pressure on the Rams, the pressure on Brady. At one point, it started to look like every play. It's crazy to me. All these lines, man. Look at Joe Burrow line. His center, right tackle, and right guard are some of the worst in the league. And the crazy thing is his left tackle is one of the best in the league, and his left guard is number 12 in the league out of 40-something eligible. And they were the ones getting blown up the whole game. The left side of his line took more abuse than the trash right. We've been making excuses way too long, ladies and gentlemen. Way too long. Way too long. So the first order of business for the Miami Dolphins is finding a head coach. Let me give y'all the latest on that situation, what I've been hearing, okay? I know y'all have heard a lot lately about Mike McDaniels. I know you heard a lot lately about Brian Daboll. I know you've heard the information recently about Jim Harbaugh we'll talk about, and the dilemma with Chris Grier. And Vance Joseph is rising in the comment, the chirping realm. He's rising in it. So we're going to talk about that in a second, but I got to handle this one first. I can't believe. Come on, CB83. Come on, bro. Let's be better than that. He said Burrow has wide receivers that get separation and make plays. They get open. Can somebody please tell me who in the heck was getting open for Cincinnati in that game? Did you not watch the same game I watched? I don't think Burrow had one pass over 15 yards. He had to throw bubble screens, which one went for 60 yards by Chase. He had to throw quick little sit down in the zone, wide open. These guys ain't getting wide open. They just open when you run zone against them. Let me ask you this. The Chiefs and Bills game, was guys really getting open all night, or were both teams just running an overwhelmingly amount of zone coverage and the people just sitting down in it? Burrow had 11 plays out of all his throws where he hit a tight end or mixing right in front of him for 5 to 8 yards, sitting down in the middle of a zone. Stop that mess. Chasing those guys wasn't getting open. They were catching the ball behind the line of scrimmage and using their athleticism to make moves. Chase did it twice in that game. The bubble screen, there was 10-yard cushion by the corner. He threw the bubble screen. Chase put the move on him, 60 yards. Another one on the right side. Came up 2 yards. Chase hit him. He hit Chase. Chase put a move. 2 defenders tried to tackle him, and he brushed it off and got around the edge. That ain't what you call getting open. These guys went all up and down the secondary like, oh, look at them just open everywhere in the secondary, just eating. That was a tough day. Them receivers wasn't doing nothing but getting yak. Yards after the catch. TD, you hating Burrow threw no picks. That's a good thing. Why you say I'm hating? I'm not hating on Burrow. I'm making a point that he's trying to say, well, his receivers get separation. They didn't get no separation. They weren't doing nothing fancy. In that game, no receivers did anything fancy. Matter of fact, when you really look at it, they kind of shut Chase. The truth is, they shut Chase down. Outside of them 2 runs that equated the 60-yarder and the 30-yarder, both of them were combined for 2 passing yards. You take that out, they shut Chase down. That was all Chase. They didn't let Chase do nothing out in that open field. Matter of fact, I'll go a step further. The problem was Burrow. I was criticizing Burrow early in that game because the whole first half, he kept looking for Chase on an intermediate or deep route, and it was never there. So don't give me no, that everybody was getting open. They shut him down. So smart of the coaches, then let's let him use his athleticism. Let's put him in some bubble screen situations, some quick slant situations. Let's put him in some of those situations. And then he started eating. Y'all always throw these little subtle things out there that just aren't true to make your point. He didn't have no receivers getting separation in that game. Only balls they caught is when he caught him slipping in the zone. And when you run zone defense, stop talking about separation. Ain't no such thing as separation in zone. You're supposed to be open if you run into an open area. It's zone. This man probably had 8 completions out of his probably 40 in the whole game from a man-to-man concept. Always throwing these outliers. Oh, well, they got weapons. So you mean to tell me Waddle for us ain't at least the equivalence of Chase for them? Huh? Their tight end ain't the equivalence of ours? And ours, I believe, is better. Parker don't compare to any of their guys. Y'all act like it's leaps and bounds of a difference from a receiving core. He got some weapons, but y'all act like they just far beyond, just way better than us. And what's the other one name they got? He got shut down all game too. What's his name? Dang, I'm having a brain fart. Higgins or something like, why am I doing this? Is it Higgins or something like that? Oh my gosh, why am I messing this man name up for the Bengals? The other receiver. Because they were shutting him down too. Higgins, yeah, I am right. They were shutting Higgins down too. He was almost non-existent for most of the part, and he was dropping balls. G. Higgins was dropping balls. Higgins out there dropping balls. They even shut Mixon down. What, Mixon rushed for maybe 50 yards? Yeah, I know Tyler Boyd is the only one, like if you want to talk about the separation, but how much did Tyler Boyd do? I mean, and I'm talking about that game. Y'all know me already, man. Y'all know I gotta pull it up. See how they did, right? See how they did. Because y'all be throwing out these false facts, man. Mixon had 54 yards, man. Miss me with that. They shut him down. Who else? Let's see. Where Boyd at? Boyd had 2 catches for 17 yards. Man, y'all missed me with that crap, man. Y'all missed me with that. Let me make sure I read that correct. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe that was rushing or something on the end around. Note receiving. 2 catches for 17 yards. Man, y'all stop that mess, man. Stop that mess. Stop. And this is my whole point. Oh, Burrow got weapons. They get separation. They did a heck of a great job on them in that secondary in that game. The real bulk of that game came down to Chase making 2 plays with his legs, which totaled about 90 yards. And I'm telling you now, where they really ate was with CJ, Azuma, the tight end, and Joe Mixon. Let me tell you why. Because Burrow has 71 yards to that tight end, and all 71 of them was the same play. Tennessee in the zone, throw it 5 yards in front of them, turn around, run for 3. They did that 11 times. I was counting. They did it 11 times between that tight end and Joe Mixon. It was either the tight end that sat there in the middle of that zone or Joe Mixon that ran right up, and it started in the second half. Burrow kept hitting them. Bam, bam. And I'm like, there go. And y'all was live with me. I said, look at Burrow. He taking what they give him. This is what I said he should have been doing in the first half instead of keep looking for Higgins and Boyd and Chase when they getting locked down. Just keep taking the little quick ones. Just keep taking the quick ones. And that's the only reason Joe Mixon and that tight end had so many yards. They was giving them that. So once again, man, their core wasn't no. I mean, y'all try to make the difference. They got a better core. They didn't show up better. But shout out to Burrow taking exactly what they gave him in the zone. Hitting the flats and hitting that quick one in the middle of the field. And I said this about Burrow too. Here's the difference between Joe Burrow and the situation we're in right now. Here's the difference. They took a lot away from Burrow. They sacked him 9 times. They had a lot of drop footballs by the receivers. As soon as they caught it, the defender hit them and they dropped it. They had a lot of those. But you know the one thing I'll say? Almost every time they really gave Burrow a chance where the pressure wasn't there and somebody did get open, he converted those at a 90% rate. I want y'all to think about this. The man only had 9 incompletions and they had 6 drops in the game. Think about that. The man had 9 incompletions and they had 6 drops in the game. 9 incompletions, but 6 of those 9 were drops. He converted when the opportunity presented itself 90 freaking % of the time. He didn't have that overthrow. He didn't have that pick or that almost pick. He didn't have that throw short to the ground. That's the difference. So if you're going to be a dink and dunk quarterback, which Tennessee forced him to be a dink and dunk quarterback, the same thing that they were forcing Tua to be whenever we played him, you have to be highly efficient doing it. Burrow took advantage of almost every opportunity that he finally got in a clean situation. Every one of them. Every one of them. And my bad, he did have a pick. You're right. But look at how that one happened. TD give the Bengals defense no credit. I do give them credit. Look at that first interception. The safety never moved. He came and sat on it. And the last interception, Tannehill stared it down. The corner never budged, and he was able to get that tight coverage to pop it up in the air. That one where they jumped up, that was a lucky play, but that's accredited for the defense. But I never was worried about their defense because at the end of the day, the Bengals defense, listen, if Tannehill had played competent, Tennessee could have easily put up over 30 points in that game. I never felt like Tennessee couldn't score. They drove the ball almost at will, but kept turning it over. Even went for it on a 4th down once, remember that? And didn't get it. They couldn't stop Tennessee's offense. They couldn't. But they kept turning the ball over. Kept turning it over. And that's a recipe for disaster. But all I'm saying is, if you're forced to get in that dink and dunk format, you have to be 90% in it to compete. Not 70, ladies and gentlemen. Not 60. Because if you're not getting the big plays, you have to be overly efficient. Overly. It's crazy that I'm just realizing, even with those drop passes, Burrow was 76% completion percentage. Even with those drop passes, he was 76% completion percentage. 76. You have to be hyper efficient. And that's just to compete. Because the Bengals, now here's the deal. If the Chiefs play that same defense they play versus Buffalo, the Bengals going to eat. They're going to have much more success than what Tennessee did, because Tennessee kept switching it up. The Tennessee was man, zone. Like that first half, Tennessee kept giving them man looks and sending pressure on it. They were trash. Second half, and I told y'all this at halftime, Vrabel always switched to a zone and screw it up. What did they do? Go to a zone, Burrow taking what they giving them. Then at the end of the game, Tennessee went back to a man, and it got hard again for the Bengals. And that's when Tennessee started catching up. And Tannehill blew it at the end, and then they got the game winner. But what we're dealing with right now is a quarterback that if they force you out of what you do well, he can't go to nothing else. See, Burrow wanted to hit Chase deep, intermediate, short, all of that. They took all that away from him, but he went back to just the basic principles of taking what they gave him. But we got a quarterback that if they take it away, he can't go to nothing else.
This is your man.
Yeah.
Look at the screen.
That's mine.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
This is your man.
Yeah.
Look at the screen.
That's mine.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
Show how valuable he can be. Tua throwing this sideline, and is picked to the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Eckel.
That's our man. And we're going to stick beside him. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. And we got to watch 4 touchdowns scored in the last 3 minutes of a game between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. 4 touchdowns in the last 2 or 3 minutes. And people out here arguing over this. I'm not arguing anymore. When it comes to the coaches, y'all know how I feel about Mike McDaniels. They better not do it. You know how I feel about Brian Daboll. They better not do it. The rumors that Jim Harbaugh came to Ross and said, come get me, from what I understand, is false. He did not say, come get me, but he did say he was available. There is a difference. People put twists on things. From what I'm hearing is he did not say, come get me, but he is available. But unfortunately, our owner, I don't think is going to do what's right. Okay? And I'm going to leave that at that. Ain't much else to talk about that. Vance Josephs is coming up as a candidate. And let me tell you why you're starting to hear these alternate candidates. Because that report that came out is true. The Greer dilemma. Ladies and gentlemen, we're facing the Chris Greer dilemma. there is a high probability we're going to get a new coach, a coach that isn't proven. The reason why is because of the Chris Grier dilemma. Chris Grier is a part of the process of hiring the next coach. The issue with that is if things don't go according to plan between the next year or two, Chris Grier could be fired. And the problem right now in finding a coach is the fact that a lot of people don't feel like the Miami Dolphins job is attractive, because if Chris Grier is fired next year or the year after, they're going to bring a new general manager that could come in and fire that new coach anyway, then bring their own guy in. It's a dangerous situation. And all of this has the backing of helping Tua. So if Tua doesn't work out, there's a chance Grier is fired, a new general manager, the new coach that we bring in is going to get fired by the new general manager, because the new general manager is going to want to bring a new coach in anyway. So we have a dilemma. So I'm looking at it as they may end up having to hire somebody who don't care about if you fire them the next year. Who is the coach over in Houston? We might be having a sit-in. But what good does that do Tua or anybody else anyway? That's the problem. Everybody's talking around it in circles. They're talking about it. A lot of these guys are hoping they get an opportunity somewhere else. That's why they're like, Dayball. They're talking about now Dayball may want to pick the Giants over us even if we hire Dayball. I don't want Dayball, but if they did want to hire Dayball, they're saying that he might pick the Giants. But that makes sense, though. I get it. If I'm a new coach that want to come build a franchise, at least get 3 years like any coach should get, right? And then you want me to come in and fix Tua? And what if he don't work? Then you say that you may fire your general manager if it doesn't work? And you bring in a new general manager who's more than likely going to bring in his own coaching staff, people he like, so I might be out of here anyway? All on the back of Tua? That's the dilemma. That's the situation they're dealing with right now. So we can sit here and say we interviewing all these people, but can you even get them? That's why that whole notion of Harbaugh said, come get me. I don't even know if we can get Harbaugh. He said he was available. That don't mean he wants to even come to Miami. Why would he want to be a part of that situation? Unless he gets guarantees. And how can you give somebody guarantees? Because if you give any coach guarantees, now you got to sell a good general manager on having to stick with a different coach that he may not want to bring in. We're just all backwards right now, all because we fired Flores. Because it wasn't part of the plan. This is what we're dealing with. So we're going to see. Let's see what coach we get.
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
That's mine. And I'm going to stick beside him.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
That's mine.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
Show how valuable he could be. Tua throwing this sideline and is picked to the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Eckel.
That's what they doing in the coach interviews. They playing this clip in the coach interviews. They telling all the potential coaches, if we hire you, this is your man. And we need you to stick beside him. And we need you to sound just like her. I'm scared that the only coach that we're going to be able to get as a head coach is one that just wants to be a head coach. Regardless of the situation, it's one of 32 premier jobs in the NFL. We might have to deal with a coach that just wants to become a coach, the head coach. Finally have that on their resume, whether they're good or not. They want to become a coach. Filippo with the donation said, took Mahomes 2 minutes to throw more yards per game than Tua. Jesus. Well, y'all be hitting this man hard. But you're right. TD, you have to post that. This is your man. You're going to stick beside him. TD, you need to Twitty that. Oh, man. I don't know why it's saying trim. You can't talk to people like that. That's why the Vance Joseph rumors are getting louder and louder. Now, he is a leader. I'm going to be honest. A lot of people are out on Vance Joseph. I wouldn't be opposed to it because y'all have to understand at this point, beggars can't be choosers. I mean, a guy like Vance Joseph might be all we can get, but at least it ain't terrible. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. That's where I'm at with it. I'm just still holding out hope. You know, I'm trying to have that level of possibility instead of probability. I'm trying to hold out hope for possibility that we just shocked. Harbaugh, Caldwell, Peterson, somebody great comes. We go get Watson, and all of our demeanors change because we're back in a situation where we feel like we have a chance. Because you know what? All Tua Tagovailoa is, at best, you get a playoff appearance just to go home like Tannehill. That's what it is, man. Hit that like button. Let's get 400 likes, man. Punch that like button. Here's what I'm going to do real quick. I'm not going to do this long because I'm going to get some rest tonight. I'm going to drop the link. Hear from some of y'all. Give y'all a minute or two. Talk to me. Ask a question. And chop it up with me for a little. I'll go into some of the other stuff tomorrow. I did want to talk real quick briefly about draft capital. Right now, we're projected the 30th overall pick. We might even be moving out of running back range. We might even be moving out of running back range, y'all. What's up, Jolie? How you doing tonight? You're muted.
Yep, my bad. I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm great. How you doing tonight?
Oh, still alive, still kicking. You know, trying to still deal with the Dolphins and the craziness that we have so far, at least. But I didn't get a chance to hear you say what it is you wanted to do tonight because I kind of just clicked on the link. So, what do you want to talk about?
No. I'm just giving everybody a minute or two to chat it up with me. Well, I guess I'll ask you a question. What did you think after watching that slugfest last night? What did you think about our situation?
Honestly, I feel like we're back at square one. We might be negative square one at this point because just listening to the last point that you made, it's true. We might not even be able to get somebody for even 3 years if they think that forget it, we're not gonna even have the chance to build our own team because of Greer. But I was trying to put into the points. What do you think about this? What if we keep Agazzi as head coach and try to deal with the team that way for now
You mean
until maybe stabilize it?
what do you mean, Godsey?
Like Gotsi for head coach, since we already have two OCs. I feel like this is the worst semi best case scenario. And let me explain why real quick. If we keep Gotsi, at least that'll be more continuity for Tua if we are stuck with Tua. They'll be able to work together at that part. We'll still have Boyer to kind of run the defense, and we'll still have I forgot the Studsville to do the OC since he's technically still the OC. That way, it still gives the Dolphins at least some continuity to see what Tua has next year. And then by next year, once it's done, then forget it. We can get rid of Gotsi, get rid of Tua, and blow it all up. But I don't think we're gonna really get anybody that's gonna want to come here for a year or even 2 years.
So pimp him out for a year and then be done with him. So
Pretty much, yeah.
Then what's the year for? Why are we wasting time?
Well, regardless, we're gonna be wasting time because we got rid of Flores. That's the problem. At least if we would have kept Flores, we would have, even if they wanted to get rid of Flores and they would have kept Flores for this next year, they would have really been able to see, like, okay, Flores, that's it. It's done. You can't get over the hump. You can't get to the playoffs. It is what it is.
With Jolie, we going way left because what about just go get an elite quarterback and then show coaches and everybody else is worth it?
This is the problem. Do you trust the Dolphins to get an elite quarterback?
Because I don't trust. I'm saying we throwing out just what we should do. That should be number one.
If that's the case, okay. To be honest, the only way we can really entice one of these big head coaches and forget a brand new QB head coach, because that's just a waste. But if we actually want to get like the Harbaughs or Petersons or the main guys that have already been there, we then need to get an established quarterback, period. Doesn't have to be Watson if we can't get Watson, but Watson-esque. It has to be somebody that's already there.
This is what's bothering me about this whole situation. Not yours, but like, y'all, come on. You think Greer and Ross was watching them playoff games? Ross might have not have been.
No, he wasn't.
But how can you watch those games and with a straight face have a vision for Tua?
Because he probably thinks, look, Joe Burrow and Tua came out of the same rookie class. It's possible. Probable, no, but it's possible, TD. That's probably what Ross is thinking. Or even if he's thinking about the Dolphins, because let's be honest, he doesn't care about the Dolphins. So it really is more Greer. So that's why I say the only way we can entice a real coach to stay here and give us 3 years at least is to get an elite QB. That's the only way. And I don't see us doing it because right now, at all points that Watson's not going to want to come here. If Watson doesn't come here, we're not getting Aaron Rodgers. Forget Derek Carr or Wilson. So who is left out there for us to get, really? Nobody. So that's why I say we might as well just trash another year, since that's what the Dolphins do. They're good at being bad, unfortunately. And it's glim, I know.
I don't care, man. This team, I don't care if you got to take a loss, a L. I'm at a point now where if Watson's available, I'm giving up 4 first-round picks.
Yep.
2 second-round picks.
Yep.
And I might even throw in a player.
I'll throw in 2 players.
Yeah.
Why 2 players? I'll give him an offense and I'll give him a defensive player.
I'll start building.
For Watson, I would do that. But Watson would be the only saving grace this team has.
See, people talk about no way and dang and stuff like that. Do y'all realize what these picks gonna be?
Noah Igbenogany's?
Do y'all realize
they're gonna be Austin Jackson?
Yeah, do y'all realize that what these draft picks are gonna be? Do you already realize one of them is number 30?
Mm-hmm.
Them other ones we traded for the future year, they gonna get better? Do you know what these draft picks are gonna be? Y'all act like these draft picks gonna be top 5 in the NFL.
Low 20s. So at the end of the day, regardless, we might as well, we draft better in the second and third round anyways. We don't need the first round picks. Second round picks, okay, maybe. But forget it. At this point, we need Watson. That's the only way we can really entice a head coach to come here and to not feel like, okay, maybe I do have a saving grace, because there's no way that we can be that bad with Watson, at least, as my main piece. And a good defense.
Not with this
at least
defense.
We have that. So that's the only thing I can think of. But I don't know. I just thought the typical thing for the Dolphins to do is, if they can't get anybody, they will go after Gotze, make him head coach, keep Studsville as OC, Boyer as DC, and then maybe change one or two positional coaches, and that's it, to have quote-unquote continuity. I don't want to see that, because that's just a picture of the last 25 years. But for them to really entice somebody, they really need to go all out on Watson at this point. And the fact that he's not even going to consider Harbaugh because of Michigan, he needs to sell the Dolphins or transition or whatever and just buy the Detroit Lions. If he loves Michigan so much, let him buy the Lions. I'm sure they're cheap. Like, at this point, we don't want you here, Ross. That's just my point when it comes to him. You already know I don't like him, but that's just what I think is going to happen, or at least what I hope.
Let me educate Dolphin fans, okay? Let me educate Dolphin
I'm sure they're going hard on me, but it is what it is.
No, they're not. Let me educate Dolphin fans. We're going to have this year's first round pick. We're going to have 29th or worse, okay?
Jeez.
29th or worse. No, it's actually 30th or worse, because, well, it depends on who loses on the other side. 29th or worse. Next year, we have San Francisco's first round pick. We're talking about a team who's already made it to the NFC Championship round, and everybody already knows that team is going to stay intact, and they're looking to upgrade the quarterback position or keep it the same. Can you imagine if they did upgrade the position? And even if they kept it the same, you're talking about 2 late first round picks in our own pick next year. And if you have any hope of building around Tua and we went to a wild card just to lose, whatever it is next year, I don't care if it's 8-8 and we're in the middle of the road with a 16th pick. I don't care if we win freaking 7 games and we get the 10th pick. Y'all wouldn't trade a number 30, a number 30, a number 10, and a future first for Deshaun Watson? Y'all sit here acting like we're going to have a number 1 overall, number 2, number 3, or something like that. It makes no sense.
Nope.
Y'all trying to hold on to draft picks where you can't even get the best player at any position. We just ran out of the running back range in the early 20s. We're not even in the best running back range.
Well, we wouldn't even want to draft a running back that high anyways.
And you definitely don't want to use the pick on another quarterback that ain't even, come on, man.
Yeah, next year's going to be horrible. This upcoming draft is horrible for QBs. The one afterwards is maybe all right. They said it's going to be better. But at the end of the day...
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And look at our position needs on the team. Okay, you need a tackle. You're going to get the third, fourth, fifth best tackle at that number. You need a guard. You're going to get the third, fourth best guard. What, you want another receiver? You're going to get the fourth best one. I mean, what are we talking about here? Please tell me what position we going to feel you're going to get the third best running back. And with running backs, you never know which one it's going to be anyway.
I think we can get a solid kicker. I think we really can get a solid kicker in one of those picks.
Listen, man, all that just to end up realizing you need to move heaven and earth to get a better quarterback anyway in the future. Because, ladies and gentlemen, what you bet not do is talk about 2 years from now we need to go get somebody in the draft. Another unproven person in which you won't be able to move up in the top 3 to get anyway.
Oh no, we won't even come close to it. And then this is the other thing too. Why would we want to draft another lineman in the first round anyways?
Because they want another Austin Jackson.
I'd rather listen, and I said this before a few weeks ago. We need a veteran center and a veteran right tackle, especially if we're going to keep Tua. If we don't keep Tua, then veteran center, veteran left tackle. But if we're going to keep Tua, center and right tackle. We need those 2 positions to be veterans. The rest, we're okay. We can move people around.
We need to cut our losses. We need to cut our losses and stop trying to still make a profit. We need to cut our losses and go ahead and move on. And we got to get one of those guys, man. They got to move. The Miami Dolphins need to use all of their assets to move heaven and earth. What I'm trying to help y'all understand is this. Take Tua's number 5 pick overall, right? Let's take number 5. Do you know that the number 5 pick, one draft pick, number 5, is worth more than the 3 future firsts we might end up having all together? I want y'all to think about that. The number 5 overall pick is worth more than the 3 future first round picks that we might have. 2 30s and 2 number 30s and maybe a 16, 18. Number 5 overall is worth all 3 of those combined. 1 pick. This is why I tell y'all, stop looking at them by the number of picks and look at it by what they're worth. 4 first rounders at this point ain't that much. If you look at where we're selecting, it's not that much. I would give away 4 first round picks in 2 seconds at this point and can care less. And see if we could and we're still gonna have all the money. And another thing, y'all gotta understand something. You can only have but so many former first rounders on your team in a lump sum of years because you're giving away a lot of guaranteed money in first round picks. So even if a player don't work out, you're still on the hook for that fully guaranteed contract because they were a first round pick. You can only have but so many first rounders that you're paying in a certain amount of years. Think about that.
Well, you know what, TD? One thing I just realized as Dolphins fans, we're so used to picking in the middle and the upper 15. Now, that's probably why they're thinking they're so valuable. That's probably why they're thinking they're so valuable, those picks.
But you know the funny thing about it is they say they would like everybody knows that this is the make or break year for Tua, right? Ooh, this is going to be a great point that I'm about to make because I just thought about it because of you, Jolie. If this is a make or break year for Tua, right, where we actually have to do something, go to the playoffs, maybe win 1 game, whatever, right? We're going to have to spend all our free agent money anyway, right? To build around them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're only going to get that 1 pick anyway in the first that's late. which ain't really going to impact this team from a starter standpoint. At least you don't assume. Maybe not. That draft. So what's the difference from going to get Watson and screwing that pick and getting a guaranteed at the position and building around that? What's really the difference other than the fact that at least you ain't trying to see what happens? You know what you got. And you actually have a chance. Nobody, even if when we spend this money in free agency, nobody is saying Super Bowl contention. I don't care what moves we do in the offseason. If Tua Tagovailoa is the quarterback, it don't matter what we do. We can go get the best left tackle and the best right tackle. We can go get a really good running back and spend all of our money doing that. As long as it's Tua Tagovailoa, Dolphin fans, be honest. Are we sitting here debating Super Bowl? Are we going to go get the two best, get a right tackle and a left tackle, the best in the league, and get you a running back? Are we over here debating, saying that we might be going to the Super Bowl? No, we're not. We're not. But if you go get Watson and you add a few more pieces to this team, we feel like we could compete with anybody. Y'all watching them games just like me. What happened in that game was unreal. What happened in that game was unreal. And what did Andy Reid say? Did y'all see what Andy Reid said to Mahomes at the end of the game with 13 seconds left? Did y'all see that article that came out today?
No, I didn't see the article. What did it say?
They said Andy Reid went to Mahomes with 13 seconds left and said, when things get grim, become the Grim Reaper.
Damn.
When things get grim, become the Grim Reaper. And what did Mahomes go do?
Become the Grim Reaper?
Become the Grim Reaper. And we over here arguing about this.
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
That's mine. And
that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
That's mine.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
Show how valuable he could be. Tua throwing this sideline and is picked to the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Eckel.
I can't get over the fact when she be like, that's mine. That's mine.
That reminds me of Maury.
That's mine.
Oh, God.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh, my God. But, yeah, no, it's the Dolphins are frustrating. They're very frustrating. But at this point, we just have to see what they end up doing. I really hope that they do get Watson but more than likely, they're going to stick to Tua.
Man, I'm going to have so much fun this offseason with that video. That video right there. Yeah, if y'all follow me on Twitter, I want you to go to Twitter and retweet that one. I want all Dolphin fans to see it. I want some of them to be in their feelings about it. I want them to be mad at me. I want them to come at me hard. Y'all make sure you go to Twitter and make sure that you retweet it. I want everybody to hear this. So, hey, this is one of the best ones, boy. I ain't gonna lie, it is funny to me. Okay, listen, man, Jolie, man, I'm actually about to get out of here. I had a long day. I wanted to open it up for a lot of people, but listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm tired. I actually had a really long day. I wanted to get this stream in. I will be back tomorrow evening. More action, but tomorrow evening may be a lot more interactive. I want to, bring people on and have a big panel and let's talk it out, man. Talk about a lot of this stuff. All right. This TD Fans Talk. Drop the link for EM. Man, EM playing games. I don't even know if EM can get on the live stream right now or whatever. I hit him up after this. But thank you, Jolie, for coming through. All right.
Thank you, TD. I appreciate it. Have a great night, guys.
You
Bye.
too. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Appreciate y'all watching tonight and chilling with me and hanging out. I will see y'all later. Salute to y'all. He mine. I'ma stick with him. I'll see y'all later, man. Peace. We out.